time.
Hello, folks. Welcome to a much later than usual lockdown live stream. Apologies for the late start. Reasons. I mean, anyone who follows Andy's eyes will probably have a good guess as to what the reasons were. You will have noticed that he had a video go live, and it was immediately taken down with a copyright claim. Not a copyright strike, but a copyright claim. And he just didn't understand why he couldn't watch his video. So just had to calm him down a little bit, ease him through the distress, because we've been telling him since the weekend that he'd be able to watch his Britain's Got Talent video tonight, because that's when I was planning on getting it up for. I should have known better, really. We wouldn't be able to upload that when he was basically just filming the entire show. But what I'm going to try and do is put it on his iPad, and we'll just tell him in future that he can't record full shows. Kyle, no caller ID. Thank you very much for the super chat. You promised in the Discord that you'd be first donation, and there you are. Okay, it's Poggle from Discord. Love you, man. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Yeah, we've got a new Discord. If you want to look at my Twitter and find the Discord, you can come and hang out in the Discord with us afterwards. It's awesome and shiny and new. But yeah, we're a little bit late starting because of kerfuffle. But it's a cool cup.
It is
It's a bumpy cup. It's an Ice Age cup. I have a cup of coffee in hand, and you have the time it takes me to drink that cup of coffee to ask as many questions as you would like on any topic you would like. Obviously, Amy is here, so feel free to direct questions at Amy as well. As ever, if you want to jump the queue, you can use Super Chat to do that. I always promise to read out any Super Chats that come in, answer any questions that come in via Super Chat. But otherwise, we'll just have a little march through the.
Done it again.
Yeah, you sit in your butterfly spot. Yeah,
Sorry,
she sat there last week with what looked like cat ears, and she sat in exactly the same spot again today. Right, let's have a look. Nice background, different backdrop to normal. Yeah, this is our Tuesday backdrop. It's also why the video and the audio are slightly lower quality as well, because we have to be in here because Anna's at work. So this is the only way to do these on a Tuesday. Certainly once we've got out of lockdown, we won't be doing these on Tuesdays, that's for sure, even if we carry on doing them as a fairly regular thing. So let's have a little look at some of these questions. So here's one. When talking about autism, do you feel a pressure about portraying it and talking about it in the right way? No, not really. I probably should, but I kind of just, I think those of you who've been around for a little while, and I know you have, I think, I kind of just say it like it is and then apologize later if I get it wrong. Looking back on some of the stuff I've said and done on this channel over the 3 or 4 years we've been going, I've made some mistakes. I've said some stupid stuff. I've offended many people probably at different points. But I think anyone who can be bothered to stick around and get to know me will know that it all tends to come from the right place. It just sometimes comes out in the wrong way, or I'd just rather be honest and be me rather than trying to say things the right way to please certain people. And I know that in itself can upset some people, but I'm old enough to not worry about all that now. I don't care if I upset people. There's enough people that aren't upset. I can't please everyone.
We are very different people. I'm very much people.
See, I couldn't care less what people think. Right, let's pick out another question. How is Andy coping? Andy's been absolutely fine, other than the fact he was a little bit upset that he couldn't watch his video, his Britain's Got Talent video. That being said, we didn't get close to meltdown or anger or anything like that. He was just disappointed. So I just let him stay up for an extra 15 minutes watching a different Britain's Got Talent video. That's all there was to it, really. He's absolutely fine. He's enjoying being back at school. No problems. How is Amy doing without seeing her friends? She's on FaceTime to them all the time. That's how she's doing.
I definitely miss them. But I know I'll see them again eventually. But
I can't imagine how you would have coped if you'd have grown up when I grew up and we didn't have FaceTime or texts or social media or the internet. You couldn't even sit and phone them because it would cost money just to make a phone call.
Yeah, see, I've probably been on FaceTime to my friends for like what, 3-4 hours at a time.
Yeah, that would have cost a fortune. Just doing that once would have cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Keith Watson, thanks very much for the super chat. Keith says, how are you both? I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good.
He also says, love the Discord channel. Good. I've spent a lot of time working on that over the last few days. Amy, what have you been doing in lockdown and how's Anna coping at work? I'll answer the second part first because then I can pass to you. Anna's doing okay. She's the shifts are tiring, especially this one on the Thursday because the shop's closing at 8 rather than 10. She normally just is a checkout person, but because they're closing at 8 to restock shelves and do a deep clean every night, she's doing a lot more physical work than she normally does. So it's a lot more physically tiring than it usually is. But I think in general, shops have just calmed down a little bit at this point. Most things are in stock in most places. There's less of a queue to get in, less of a kerfuffle when you do get in. So I think the general nonsense has calmed down a little bit now. She's just finding it a little bit more tiring than usual. And you?
Wait, what was the question? What am I doing?
What are you doing in lockdown?
What am I doing? Well, recently I have been playing a lot of Sims.
We're just doing a live stream. I forgot to vlog this evening, so I'm just doing a little bit of
just
doing a little bit of vlog in the middle. Carry on. You're live streaming. I'm vlogging.
All right.
And this was us doing the live stream on Tuesday night. Amy doesn't seem able to talk while I talk.
No, because I don't think people. I can't do that at the same time.
Say hello to the vlog, everybody. We'll give it a second. Amy, answer your answer while everyone's saying hello to the vlog.
Lately, I've been playing a lot of Sims 4, courtesy of Father. But doing work, I have currently been watching, or trying to watch, all the Avengers films. Literally, Marvel Captain America film is on the TV right now. So
my name's in a YouTube video. It's so cool. Look at all those people saying hello to the vlog. You have to keep a lookout for your names when the video comes out on Monday. You've got another 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Continue. Right, stop saying hello to the vlog now. I need questions again, and I realise doing this means I can't see any of the questions anymore. And Dave's trying to drink my coffee.
Dave, come here.
This was a bad idea. Let's go back and try and find some questions. What advice would you give to people who've just started Football Manager? Give your staff as much stuff to do as possible, so you don't have to do as much. So get your staff to help you with finding players, doing tactics, doing training, and then gradually over time, if an area of the game looks like it interests you, start dabbling in that a little bit more, take a little bit more control. But don't try and do everything right from the start, because it's really, really daunting to do that. I would imagine I never had to do that because I've been playing it since it was super basic anyway. So I've had the features drip fed to me every year over like 25, 30 years. But for anyone getting into it new now, I would say strip it down to as basic as possible and add new features when you feel like adding them. Right, no more hellos now. Get back to the questions. Are you pleased Disney Plus are adding all the Star Wars films? Are you pleased?
No.
Have you ever seen a Star Wars film?
Nope.
Me either.
I didn't know that when you were calling whatever you were calling, were you calling Star Wars Star Trek or Star Trek Star Wars?
Whenever they're both the same anyway. I think both of those statements are interchangeable.
But when you were saying that, I didn't know that apparently that's not what it is.
I think they're the same movie. Pretty sure that's the case.
Everybody's gonna hate you.
Tasha Line says, why is Amy over? You're not supposed to have people stay with you if they don't live with you. Exactly, but she does live with me, so don't worry about it. Elmer Fudd, thank you very much for the super chat. Hi, Kevin, Amy. I remember back when social media started, my mum used my phone to call her sister in Canada. It cost £10 for about 4 minutes. Yeah.
4 minutes.
When I was I think I was like 7. In fact, I must have been 18 to be able to do what I did. But when I was 18 and still living with Nanny and Granddad, and I was the first one to get an internet connecting PC. I got a modem from my PC. We had a PC in the house, but it wasn't on the internet. So I was the first one to connect to the internet. And Granddad used to make me have a little notebook that I kept next to the computer where I had to write down what time I logged on and write down what time I logged off, so he could then work out how much I'd spent. Because it was like £1 a minute to use the internet or something along those lines. And then I would have to pay him at the end of the month for all the internet that I'd done. And my first bill, I always quite like the internet. My first bill was well over £100 for internet use. I liked the internet from the start.
Yeah, but if that's only 1 penny for a minute, you just said, that's not even that long. For a month, you just said.
Yeah. That's
not even that long, though.
No, but I easily ran up £100 worth of bill in that time.
Do that in a day.
Amy, what was your reaction when your dad decided to go full-time on YouTube?
I mean, it wasn't really a reaction. I was just like, yeah, well, I expected that.
Yeah, it wasn't as if it happened suddenly. It was a gradual process. It had been growing and growing and growing.
He'd always said that he wanted to go full-time. I was like, well, I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, it was a matter of time. It went a little bit fast. It came a little bit earlier than any of us were expecting. But yeah, it was always coming from the moment I got a taste for it. I've always liked the internet. Can you say hi, Rachel, please? Nah. Hi, Rachel, please. What do I think of Matt Hancock / Chris Whitty? Do you know who either of those people are? Is Matt Hancock the health secretary and Chris Whitty the doctor man who's always on the telly in the evenings? I don't really have an opinion on him. I don't talk politics. Is Chris Whitty the one with the eyes? Is that who he is? Like eyes like a frog.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't just say eyes. The one with the eyes.
People know what I mean when I say the one with the eyes. I'm sure they do. Right, let's find some more questions. Do Andy and Amy like spiders?
Ugh.
I think Andy's indifferent to them.
Oh, I hate spiders. I hate all bugs. Like, they don't bug me. They don't bother
Blathers
me.
in disguise. He hates bugs.
Yeah, I know. That's so weird.
Blathers the owl.
Why? Why does he hate them? Why would he do a job?
Don't know. Creeper Plays. Thanks for the super chat. Hi, Kevin, Amy. I just started streaming on Twitch. I'm also autistic and sometimes get anxious when I'm live because I feel like people are judging me. Do you have any advice? It's a difficult one because you kind of have to get yourself into the mindset of accepting that that's happening and not caring, which I know is easier said than done, but there's not really any way to sugarcoat it. If you put yourself out there on a platform like Twitch or YouTube, the sort of harsh reality of the situation is people are judging you, but that's just like the price of entry for doing it. And you have to learn not to care and learn whose opinions you value and whose you don't. And I mean, I get abusive messages every single day. There was even a tool bag in this chat right at the start of the stream, giving it all this, exploiting your son. I just block them. It's the water off a duck's back. They just get blocked, and I don't care because they're wrong, and they can have whatever misguided opinion they want. It's not going to ruin my day, and it's difficult to train yourself to be like that. I can't imagine I could have had that kind of attitude when I was a teenager. I think that kind of attitude comes with age. As you get older, certainly, I kind of remember hitting 30 and just waking up that morning thinking, I don't care anymore, and just didn't care what anyone thought about anything from then on. And just, I think I was kind of born on my 30th birthday. That's when I became me. Yeah, you just have to kind of learn to develop a thick skin.
Yeah, but also it's kind of like if it happens enough, it does just not bother you anymore. Like it used to bother me when people would say rude things about Andy. And yeah, I still hate those people and I still get really annoyed at them, but it doesn't make me as upset as it used to. Like it used to really, I think about it for days about that one little comment that somebody would make about my brother. But then the more it happens, the more it kind of doesn't bother you anymore. And I know you probably don't want it to happen to you, but the reality is it probably will. It happens to everyone.
If you don't want abuse and criticism, the way to avoid that is not put yourself out there on the internet. And unfortunately, they're kind of the two options. If you want to do Twitch, if you want to do YouTube or any social media, if you want to put yourself out there, you have to take what comes with that and accept that it's part of it. Even the most, in fact, not even the especially the more successful you get, the more followers you get, the more money you make, the more people know you, the more abuse you get. It only gets worse as it goes on. Because certainly when you're first starting out, you tend to only be watched by people who already know you and they're your friends, and then it'll be friends of friends who don't want to be mean to their friend's friend. And it's when you start bringing in people from outside of that circle that, just like in real life, some people just won't like you. And it's just one of those things. Not everyone's going to like you. It's impossible. Right. Questions. What kind of videos do I have in mind after lockdown? It really depends on what our financial situation is after lockdown. So that's dictated based on how much longer we're in lockdown for and how much more of an impact it has. In an ideal world, we'll go back to the original plan for the year. Because I had this whole year's worth of content planned out. I think why coronavirus happened, just to ruin my year that I'd already planned out. I was so efficient over the Christmas period planning out loads of videos for this channel. But we'll certainly be back with the monthly weight loss challenges. We'll be back with the monthly habits challenges. There'll be lots of days out, and depending on if, when and how and whether we're allowed, we'll try and have some kind of holiday or get away somewhere this year. There'll be days out. I've said a couple of times now, if we're allowed to do it, one of the first things I'm going to do is go out and buy a set of Merlin passes, and just we don't want to be here once we don't have to be here, we'll be out at every opportunity. So it'll be a mixture of weekly vlogs carry on coming out each week, the challenge videos, some of the other stuff that we started and haven't really been doing, like the Q&As, the favourites videos, the bits that go between the vlog that I haven't really been able to do because I'm putting so much more time into the Football Manager stuff at the moment to try and make ends meet. And then days out and stuff like that. There's lots of stuff going to be going on. It's going to be cool. Will you ever take Amy to home? Do you want to come and see a tiny little village that almost nobody lives in and they don't really like me there?
Why don't they like you?
Because I walked in with a camera and it scared them. They phoned the police.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, the police came and everything. Amy, does your dad have a favourite?
Child?
That's not. They just said a favourite.
Wait, where's this question?
Right at the bottom. That.
It's gone.
No, there. It's floating up the screen now.
Oh, I'm gonna assume you meant child. And there was a comment in the.
It was from Lucy Collins, I think. I think she was the one who made the comment.
Yeah, there was a comment in the blog saying that I was his favourite child.
I think that was just because I bought you The Sims.
Yeah.
But then this morning I bought Lucy Animal Crossing.
Yes.
So
she sent me a screenshot of the text message and she was really excited. She was like, Dad bought me Animal Crossing. And I was like, yeah, you should have asked him in the first place because you were planning on buying it when she bought Switch. I was like, just ask Dad.
Yeah, well, I saw her yesterday. Briefly.
She's bought a Switch, by the way.
Yeah, Lucy got a Switch delivered this morning, so I got a copy of Animal Crossing so she could play with us. Well, she's going to be so far behind, it's going to be awesome. If you could create your own computer game, what would it be about? Don't know, probably some kind of epic, story-based, post-apocalyptic, but set in the UK adventure game with really strong story elements and cool stuff going on. That's pretty vague, but then
nice.
If I could come up with an award-winning game concept off the top of my head, then I'd be rich. That's what I'd do as a job. What is the age difference between Lucy and Amy?
What is the age difference?
Well, she's 18, you're 13.
There you go.
Wow. Did you need reminding of your own age? Amy, do you have loads of work to do?
Probably.
Worries me that you don't know.
No, I don't have too much. I have a bit of history and a bit of maths that I cannot do. I can't do maths. Can't do it. I'm really bad at it.
And I struggle to teach it because even though I am a teacher,
you just said to me,
I had A-level maths. Yeah, this is a problem I always had with maths. It kind of hit me in the second year of my A-level, because all through GCSE maths and all through year 12, so what would have been AS level, I don't think that still exists, does it? But through the first year of my maths A-level, I got by in maths by just knowing the answer and not knowing how I knew the answer. I've got one of those brains. where like you showed me she was doing gradients of lines. No, it was fractions, wasn't it? She showed me 2 fractions.
Probably the simplest question ever.
Yeah, it was like, what's 2.5 minus 1 2/5 or something, and I just gave her the answer.
Something like that.
I just gave her the answer and said, I know the answer, but I'm not sure how. If you don't know it, how you go about actually working it out.
Yeah, I didn't know how to work it because I haven't done fractions in ages. I was like, I don't know how to work that out.
So I find it really hard to teach because I don't know what the process you're supposed to go through is, because I just know. And it was in my second year of A level that I got caught out. It got to the point where it wasn't enough to just know it all, and I was predicted an A coming out of year 12 and ended up about only getting a C at my A level because there were a few bits that I just couldn't get my head around because I didn't understand the principles that led into it. All the stuff that was leading up to that point I could just do, but there were steps in processes that you had to pick up later, and I didn't know the first half of the steps, and it caused problems. But it means I find it really hard to help with her maths, even though it was my strongest subject at school, because I don't know how to explain it.
Don't know if you can tell, but maths is not my strongest. That's why.
Right. Have we ever been to Adam? Have we ever been? Not Adam Two Swords. That's the knockoff one round the corner. I might open a shop called Adam Two Swords. Have you ever been to Madam Two Swords? And would Andy like the people who find them creepy? We've been a few times.
Did Wu come with us?
No, he didn't come. I don't think he would like it. I just don't think he'd get anything out of it because he wouldn't care if it was the real people standing there. So statues of them, he cares even less probably. We liked it, but it's one of those things that we can just go and do, and he doesn't need to be dragged along, and it's fine. Certainly, if we get Merlin passes, we'll be going again. Ben Lonergan, thank you very much for the super chat. Hi again, how are you and Andy? I'm good. Andy's good. We're all good. Thank you for the super chat. And Abby Samuels, thanks for the super chat. Watch my first Twitch. Never laughed so much about the cucumber and you sitting on the floor. Thank you very much. You don't watch me on Twitch. You don't know what she's talking about. I had to sit on the floor, then I had to get a cucumber out.
Why?
Because these are the things that happen on Twitch. Twitch me is the most extreme version of me. If you think you've seen me being weird, you haven't seen me on Twitch.
I have seen you being weird.
You're but you haven't seen me on Twitch.
This is where you put in a little ad. Go watch my Twitch.
Twitch.tv/lollujo. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 9 PM UK time. And it's an experience.
She set you up perfectly for that ad.
Exactly. And she paid me for the ad as well, which is even better. Right, we've got another super chat that's just come in. Joel Morris, thank you very much. Have you ever been to St Paul's Cathedral? You should take Andy, he'd love it. We've never actually been in it. We've been past it. We did an open top bus tour of London a few years ago, me, Anna and Pab, and got absolutely freezing cold, but we drove past St Paul's Cathedral. And we've been sort of vaguely near it, but up until our most recent trip, Andy had always refused to go to London, and none of the rest of us have any desire at all to go to a cathedral. So it's not ever been anywhere where we've been desperate to go and see. But obviously now he's more into going to London. I imagine it is somewhere we'll go to in the near future when we're able to get back down to London again, because I think he would really enjoy it. But yeah, we've never exactly sought it out. You've never been, have you, to St Paul's? No. Dr. Wiz 123 Gaming, thank you for the super chat. Very kind, no question on that one. And Emma McLean, thank you for the super chat. Great as always, keep it up. Thank you very much, Emma. What coffee do I recommend? I just like anything strong and black. I love my Nespresso machine. It's one of the greatest investments that I've ever made, because it just provides me with really nice coffee every single time. It's awesome.
I like Kenko coffee. They're good.
Like the opposite end of the spectrum. Amy liked dirty instant coffee.
We don't have a coffee machine, so we're not up to your standards.
Ben Lonergan, thanks for the super chat. Do you and Andy watch Friday Night Dinner? If not, why not? I'm assuming that is. I've never seen it.
I love it.
Whoa. Sorry. All right. Blimey. What's Friday Night Dinner?
It's just a TV show. It's really good.
Okay.
I love it.
What channel is it on?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. I might check it out then. I've nearly finished with
But
Community
episodes are
now,
still
which
coming out.
somebody recommended Community to me a week or two back, and I've just rinsed through all of it because it's fantastic. So off the back of that, I even started watching Rick and Morty again, because the guy who created Community was one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty. I'm watching Rick and Morty through a Community lens. I've managed to do the first season of Rick and Morty now and quite liked it. So my opinion on Rick and Morty has now changed as well. So I've got to finish off Community, finish off Rick and Morty, and then I'm going to have a vacancy. So I'll give this Friday night dinner a try. I mean, I do like dinners.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I've been started watching.
What?
The Big Bang Theory. I realised I've never watched like all the episodes. Like, you know how Friends.
Congratulations, good work.
Dad, you know how with Friends, like, you probably end up seeing all the episodes just on TV when they're on. But I started watching it through, and I actually really like it. I'm really into it. I really like it. It's just like all the things like How I Met Your Mother and Friends and Big Bang Theory. I like all those things.
Oh. Hold on. I'm getting lost with the super chats. I think Dr. Wiz123's done another one. Thank you. And Jemmy Lou 1396. Have you or Amy watched Tiger King?
Mm-hmm.
I've watched Tiger King.
I still haven't watched the newest one though. So
What, the one?
Apparently it's all about interviews or something.
The one that Joel McHale off of Community hosts. It's just like loads of Skype chats.
Yeah, I've had it. Apparently it's not very good, but I still need to watch it.
But it's yeah. Tiger King was nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it makes me. I know that's not what all of America is going to be like, but it does make me wonder how there can be that many tigers in a civilized country.
You know Doc Antle? Yeah. I was accidentally following. Well, not accidentally. Like, I didn't know who she was, but I was following one of the people who he works as Mokshabi Tiger or something. I was following her on Instagram, and I went and like looked through her account, and I saw a post with her with Doc Antle, and I was like, ew, and then I unfollowed her. I was like, this is it.
Do Amy's friends know I do YouTube?
Yeah, it comes.
They're sometimes in the chat, aren't they, when we do these streams?
They have been a few times. It comes up quite regularly. You know, they'll just randomly say, "Oh, how is this?" Like, okay, it's weird that you know I did that. It's just, I mean, it comes up quite a lot. Yeah. Or even people that I'm not that close to, they'll just be like, "Oh, I watched a video." I'm like, "Oh, cool." What do we to say?
Who is yours and Amy's favourite Marvel character / Avenger? Mine is Hawkeye. Yours is.
I can't have an opinion yet.
Okay.
I still haven't watched them all properly.
Louise Duffy, thanks for ever.
Yes.
Is Andy adjusting to reality? How is Andy adjusting to reality again? He's fine. He's right back into his normal routines. Although I can hear he's wandering around upstairs now. So I wonder if he's going to pull the same trick as he did last week. Knowing
that was sneaky.
Knowing that if he comes down while we're streaming, I can't walk him back upstairs. So if he does that, we're just going to have to cut the stream. Well, in fact, I say cut it short. It's nearly 9 o'clock, and I've still got to do the washing up before Anna gets home.
But see, last time he came down, and then as soon as you ended it, he went back.
Yeah, because he knew I was going to take him back up. Yeah, I know. He knows what he's doing. It's awesome. Talking of channel memberships, by the way, I've mentioned this a couple of times on my Football Manager channel, but if you have YouTube Premium, and I think it's between now and the end of June, or it might be the end of May, if you have YouTube Premium, you can now get 1 free channel membership a month as part of your YouTube Premium. So it doesn't cost you anything to do. So if you're already paying for YouTube Premium and you haven't yet joined a channel, if you click the join button next to the subscribe button on this channel, you can join up to the $4.99 tier completely for free. It will say support this channel for free. I mean, it's just part of your YouTube Premium. So
I can join.
Well, I've already done it.
What, for me?
Yeah, it's because we've got a family one. You can't. Not each member of the family
But
can't
it wouldn't
do it.
let me watch your live stream. It was just for channel members.
Okay. Dr. Wiz123 Gaming, thanks for the super chat again. What are Amy's PC specs and my PC specs?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, my PC specs are in the description of all my gaming videos. So if you head over to that channel, that's the easiest way to find them. The specs of the laptop that I gave Amy, or lent Amy last week, are slightly below that. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. It's fine though. It's theoretically a gaming laptop. Jessica X16, thank you for the super chat. Who's Amy's favourite character from Friday Night Dinner?
Wilson.
I'll make a note. Wilson's a dog?
Uh-huh.
Is it a talking dog?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. So we saved on Disney Plus, telling us where we got to. But we watched the original Thor earlier on this evening. And now we're watching Captain America because we need to get ready for the first Avengers movie. She's seen Iron Man 1 and 2. Hulk isn't in. It's not on Disney Plus.
I forgot to watch it.
Hulk's not on Disney Plus, I don't think, unless they've added it now.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Last time I looked, Hulk was on Disney Plus. If it's been added, then
I think it is because I remember watching Iron Man 1, and then I was like, oh, there's a second one, and I didn't think about the order, and I skipped Hulk, but I'm pretty sure it was on there.
You skipped Captain America because I think that was the one that was between the. What might have been Thor.
No, it's
Hulk was the first one. Hulk was out before Iron Man. I'm certain of it.
I don't think it was.
Certain Hulk
They
was the
both
first
came
one.
out in 2008.
Yeah, but I think Hulk was first. I think. I'm sure there'll be proper experts who'll correct me.
Yeah.
I didn't fully jump on the Marvel Universe movie thing until Thor. That was the first one I saw at the cinema.
I couldn't get into that. I watched that one here for a second time,
Marvel fans for comics will probably confirm this, but Iron Man was never a good character in the comics. He was just like a bit of a. He was definitely B tier, bit of a joke, not really that bothered. So I wasn't that into going and seeing an Iron Man movie. And I didn't go and see the MCU Hulk movie because the one from like 4 years before was such a pile of turd that I didn't want to have Hulk ruined even more because I loved Hulk. I had Incredible Hulk wallpaper when I was a kid. So I was always a big Hulk fan, so I didn't want Hulk to be ruined even further. So the first one that intrigued me was Thor because Thor is awesome. But yeah, Iron Man in the comic. Until the movies, Iron Man was rubbish.
Yeah, in the film, I love Iron Man.
Yeah, they made Iron Man good. It was quite cool. In fact, there you go. Hulk was after the first Iron Man. Well, there you go.
I was right.
That told me.
It goes Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man, and then Thor, and then Captain America.
Is Thor before Captain? Okay, yeah, I guess Thor is before
Yeah,
Captain
because
America. Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember what's next.
I'll allow it. Andy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Have you got your clothes on?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going. He brings guitar.
You only got it for 6 minutes.
No,
It's
6
sleep
minutes.
time. Yes, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to have to end this in a minute. He's just come down to.
Can't find the answer to
Sorry,
that.
Siri.
That is terrifying.
He's just dropped his phone off and picked up his iPad, so he can't be there on his iPad at gone 9 o'clock, or else he'll be still awake when Anna gets home. Right, so let's just pick out the last couple of questions. Keith Watson has just done another super chat. Kevin Amy, what would your Marvel name be and powers? My name would be Captain Awesome, and my powers would be my sharp wit and boyish good looks.
I don't know. I haven't given that any thought ever. I feel like you've put a lot of thought into that before.
Well, it's just obvious, isn't it? It's basically me. I'm just not a captain. Everything else of that is already true.
Oh,
I just need to become a captain.
Oh, right.
Emma McLean, thanks for the super chat again. Amy, will you be glad to go back to school?
Yes.
And I'll be glad when you go back too.
You don't even see me.
I'll see you're going to be around the place tomorrow, getting under my feet.
I will be in my room. You'll be in the garage.
Yeah, under my feet. Sometimes I like to come into your room.
No, I was on FaceTime and you came in and you just started saying random words and then you farted and left.
That's because I knew you were on the phone. I wanted to annoy you and embarrass you.
And my friends were just like, they didn't even think anything of it because you did it before. It's just so weird.
Seems fine. Right, one more question. Someone need to go and sort out, or I need to go and sort Andy out, and Amy needs to carry on watching Captain America.
I do.
Trying to pick out one we haven't already answered. Does Andy understand everything you say to him and everything he says? Yes, and more. And he is far more sneaky and manipulative than people give him credit for. I think he knows what he's doing.
He does.
He communicates the way he does because it's efficient. As far as he's concerned, he just needs to get out the minimum amount of information to make his point and then move on. And it's taken a lot of work to get him to use more and more sentences because to him sentences are pointless because you can make the he's getting better at using sentences and stuff. But yeah, he understands everything we say to him, everything we say in front of him. Yeah.
Oh, he's always listening.
Yeah.
You think he isn't paying attention? You say something. Oh, he is listening.
Yeah, he is always aware of what's going on. Right, we are going to wrap the stream up there, though. We will be back, or I will be back tomorrow a little bit earlier than today, because by this point I'll be live on Twitch tomorrow night. Like I said at the start, if you want to get involved in the new Discord, the link to that is over on Twitter or on Facebook. I would post it in the thing, but I haven't got it to hand. So just have a look on Twitter or on Facebook, or if you're a channel member or a Twitch subscriber or a Patreon backer, you have the link sent to you in all of those places anyway. So the easiest place is to go to Twitter or Facebook, and you can jump into the new Discord and just kind of hang out, and we can decide what we're going to do with Discord. But thank you very much to everyone who has joined us this evening. Apologies we were a little bit late. I try not to make a habit of it, but sometimes circumstances force it upon us. Thanks as well to everyone who got involved in the super chats, all of the new channel members from tonight, everyone who asked a question, and just those of you who are watching along and having a bit of fun hanging out with us. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Oh, I won't, but yeah, bye.
I meant me and Dave when I said we.
Oh, did you? I can't even see Dave.